What's up, everybody? This is Henry Fleischer here from the Cannabis Dispatch, also the CBD Business Networking Group, and I have a very special guest today. I have Papa Bob of Papa Bob's Miracle. So, Papa Bob, tell us a little bit about what Papa Bob's Miracle is about.
Well, Henry, I about 10 years ago, I started making a CBD product pretty much unlike anybody else in this country that I know of anyway. I've been from one coast to the other, in between, and many places, and with the Indo Expos and many cannabis conventions and things like that. And I have not seen anybody yet that makes a CBD product like I make. I decided years ago, like I said, that, and it kind of became by accident. I was infusing CBD and making oil and everything. And I had after I, squeezed all out and, went through it 2-3 times, and I thought I had everything out of that bud material and like this. And so one day, and this was in Colorado here, this was with the Stronger, okay? And we're allowed to do that here, and hopefully everywhere in the country here soon can. But so I took that bag and I rolled some of it up, okay? And I've been consuming cannabis for 50 years. Actually, it's probably going to be closer to 52 here soon. So I rolled that up, and I found out that there was a lot of THC left in that bud, that I thought I washed it so many times that it would be completely drained of all good compounds, and it wasn't. So what that proved to me that day really is that, and I'm not knocking oil at all. If you find a good oil out there, grab it and use it. And just do your due diligence to find out that it's tested and everything, and it's got enough CBD in there. So anyway, what I did was I keep the whole plant, and this is the number one product I started with about 10 years ago, and I just making it for myself basically, I process it down into a fine powder. I decarb it before, and then I also do my magic to it. And what it comes out looking like is this. Okay, so it's the whole plant is in there. Just like I said, every single thing. This is a hemp bud right here.
Yep.
Everything that's in that hemp bud. Okay, everything that's available in there. And when I do my lab tests, I find out that there's a lot of CBN in here, there's CBG in here. Of course, there's the flavonoids, there's the terpenes, there's the omegas, whatever is in this plant that God gave us in here is in here. So what I'm getting at here is you're getting the whole ball of wax pretty much. I call it whole spectrum, a true whole spectrum, whole plant medicine. And you just like an oil, it's got a texture.
Yep.
And you just slip it under your tongue.
Oh.
And I've seen miracles, and that's why I had to name it that. I have, over the last like I said, 8-9 years or whatever, I've shared it with many people, and the word got out. So all of a sudden, everybody wanted it. And then back of August of last year, my great niece Alyssa contacted me. She goes to the University of South Dakota, and she makes websites and marketing and all of this stuff that she's majoring in. And she said, "You need me." I said, "Oh, really? What for?" She said, "Well, you need to get this stuff out there. Okay, I mean, you're getting it okay to word of mouth on and on." So we started Papa Bob's Miracle August 1st of last year, and I'm not going to say it's been easy. It's very interesting running a e-commerce CBD website. Very expensive. The insurance alone is outrageous that they want to charge. but I'm not complaining. Believe me, I've got to help a lot more people. We've got some other things in the fire right now to get the word out. I also make the exact same thing. This here, the Miracle Blend is red raspberry flavored right now, and the Happy Tails for our doggies is bacon flavored. So it's the identical product, and it just, it's for the dogs because it's bacon. And then the third product that I started with, this is how we all started. This is something that I've been using, thieves oil, the blend, for many years. Swallowed that wrong. Just give me 1 second. And so I combined everything, and I infused, I infused the CBD into the salve, plus all of the thieves oil, essential oils in there. And it's just incredible how it helps with so many things, with when you get my age. I'm going to be 72 here in about a month. And, when you get my age, it kind of helps with keeping the wrinkles a little bit gone, helps with pain. And I hate to keep pounding the word miracle, but I've heard a lot of miracles over the years. Right now I have many kids that are seizure free. McKinley now, I think, is 7 months seizure free. She was having 100 to 120 seizures a day, and she's been seizure free. And I'm telling you too, you can read McKinley's epilepsy journey, and you can find out. But from the first dose that she did of the Miracle Blend, she has not had one seizure since.
Whoa.
And so anyway, that's where I started. And I've added some few products on here lately, but I'll kind of, just back off here a minute, and I'll let you talk for a second here.
Yeah. So you mentioned like in August of last year you started the store. So what's been the toughest thing you've gone through when you opened up?
The toughest thing was getting started. We actually started the process in probably March of 2020 to get a e-commerce, what do you call them? I can't think of the word. I just lost it. But the main thing that you go through to buy your products is a e-commerce place, and it was quite a process. We applied to probably 3 or 4 or 5, just because people said do that. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. And finally, we got one that approved us, and it took almost 2 months. Other than that, it was just it was new to me. I've been in construction all my life, and it was all a new experience. And with Alyssa's help, she really helped a lot, and I have a very good network of people that I contact if I need something here, there, or wherever. Accessing, I've been getting the same CBD bud from up by Fort Collins. It's grown in the high country up there, and it tests out really, really well. But that's a fluctuating price, especially during like last year. But before we started, there was the harvest hadn't happened yet.
Mm-hmm.
So as we get closer and closer here to the harvest, and everybody will tell you this, that cost of that bud is going up, up, up. So, but I think I've got a good. I get to use the whole thing. Like I said, I don't know what all of these extractors do. I went to the Indie, Fest, and everybody's extractors, and they got these fancy machines and all this stuff. And I don't know where that goes, if they compost it. I hope they do, or feed it to animals or whatever. I'm not sure, but I'm happy that I get to use the whole plant. But as far as I got swayed away there a little bit, as far as getting started with the business, it was just a lot of grueling things that need to be done to be compliant. many things, not just insurance. I mean, the insurance, I got that on my own, just to make sure everybody's covered if they're ordering from our site and the product and all of that. So, but anyway, it sells pretty good. We're reaching out, like I said, to different avenues, for advertising and getting the SEO better. This is all new to me. Like I said, I'm a construction guy, so I'm the medicine man. So
Oh yeah,
sometimes, it's a little bit too much up
yeah.
here to get everything done. But I make the medicine and I send everything out, and I make every single one of these by hand myself. I don't have anybody else out there right now that any mass production. I mean, I've got to mix these individually. It has to be absolutely precise, because if it's too much liquid, obviously it's too liquidy and it won't stick on whatever you're using to put it under your. And if it's not enough oil or it's not liquid enough, then it's not that great when it's dry. So I got to be perfect with my every mixture that I do.
Yep. What was it that also made you want to get into CBD?
Well, like I said, I've been involved with cannabis all my life, and in December of 1999, I was involved in a head-on collision, and it ruined my life. I mean, basically ruined it financially, physically, mentally, every which way you can imagine.
Mm-hmm.
I lost my job. We lost our home, and so I was in bad shape. And I like I said, I'm allowed to do the strong here, but I don't like to do it all day long. So I started not only making this, but I started making a CBD that I could take through the day that was going to help me to get off of opiates. I started drinking. My life was not good, and God and this medicine pretty much saved my life. So that's where I knew. And then I sent some through to a friend of my son's out in North Carolina that had a son that was 15. He'd been with Dravet syndrome, and he'd been seizing all of his life. He's nonverbal, and he has a feeding tube and everything, but he was having so many seizures, that he shouldn't even have been here anymore. So I sent that out there to them, and she started giving it to Jax, and all of a sudden she called me like 5 days later, and she said, Bob, she said, Jax hasn't had a seizure in 3 days. So right there, it's like, wow, maybe I do have something here. Maybe it is. So that was really a turning point for me, starting to share this with more and more people that had so many problems. My sister, for instance, Parkinson's, she had Lewy Barr syndrome with the Lewy Barr dementia and different things. She had horrible tremors. Got her going on it, and she'd never touched cannabis or CBD or anything in her life, and she started seeing results. Her tremors got less and less and less. The Lewy Barr dementia and all of the problems started kind of disappearing, and that's been like 6-7 years or whatever it's been now, and she's doing really well. And so things like that. And then I'd share it with somebody else, and then people would hear about it, and then all of a sudden the word started getting out, and that's when I said, okay. So I just started making it pretty much not really as a money making thing, but more to help people. I faced death many times in my life. I was a hard rock miner out here for years, and I go into anaphylactic shock very easily with things. The one time it was 3-Aleve, put me in the hospital immediately. My sons rushed me there. I actually died for a couple of minutes. And I've been in anaphylactic shock from bug bites and different things. So what I'm trying to say is I know God has a plan for me, and I know this is what it is. So that's pretty much, maybe the biggest reason why I'm doing it, but he provided me with this, and he works through me to help people, and that's my goal, to as long as I'm here on this earth, is to help as many people as I possibly can, and
Yeah.
it's a good feeling.
Yeah. Like on a personal use too, is like that's the only medicine you use? Like, do you take any like pharmaceuticals or that like
I
that
don't
just
touch any pharmaceuticals. I could never ever get this vaccine. It would kill me. There's no doubt in my mind. I can't do cold medicines. I can't do antibiotics. Do something to me. I can't do much of anything without it reacting in my body. So I am completely 100% CBD and cannabis every single day. I juice every day. I just looked for May. I walked 127 miles in May.
Mhm.
And I truly believe that cannabis and CBD, I mean, it's the same plant, of course, but differentiated it, I guess, has saved my life. And I think it's going to, pardon my French, but I tell everybody I'm going to live to be 100 and piss them all off. But
Yeah. And what would you say is the most challenging thing you went through when you first opened up?
expectation. Expectation was giantly huge. In my mind, before we opened and launched on August 1st, I thought, I had a Facebook account last year in January. Somebody stole it. I had it for 13 years, 2,000 some friends, and it was gone. So I had to redo that through last year and try and find all of the people that knew me, that used my medicine, that I didn't have numbers for. And a lot of family, a lot of friends. So by the time August 1st came, my expectations of sales that day was beyond anything I could imagine. I thought every single person I knew was going to buy this. Okay.
Mhm.
And it didn't happen the first day. It didn't happen the first week. I started getting sales, don't get me wrong, but nothing like I anticipated. I made up like 60 jars and I was all ready to go. And, and I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, what you think is going to happen probably isn't going to happen. Okay, so you need to work your butt off. I share every day. Alyssa does on our business web, PapaBob's, Miracle Business on Facebook,
Mhm.
and then I share on my own personal each day. You got to keep going. You can't just sit back and think, that this is just going to go sell itself, because it's not. No matter how good it is. I don't care if you got the best product in the world. If you don't let people know you got it, it ain't going to happen. But yeah, so that was one of the big shockers for me. And like I said, I got over it, and I do have a lot of family that are on it now. So, but still, there's many, many, many out there that, they're, for whatever reason, they're not going to try it. They're not going to buy it, and that's fine.
Mhm.
Um, so
So yeah, so you did cover a lot too. So like, if a customer was to choose between your business and three others, like just like yours, why would you suggest they give you the try first over other CBD companies?
well, the only thing I got to say is, like I explained before,
Yeah.
is I don't have my full panel here. I don't think. I have this tested regularly. It's beyond belief. It passed every single thing in flying colors. I don't use any solvents. I don't use any alcohol. I chemicals. All of the bud is 100% organic. Everything that I mix with this is all organic. Um, and like I said before, there's nothing missing. Whatever, and I wish I had it here to read, but you understand what I'm saying. CBN, CBG, CBGA, CBDA, everything, like I said, that is in this bud that God gave us to. And like I said, I'm not knocking oil, but I don't think God created this for it to be this taken out, CBN, so what I did was I kept the whole thing. I kept everything that is in here and is in there. And I know that's hard. It's hard to understand for people. I've been at CBD conferences around the country, and I explain this to people, and their eyes kind of go back in their head because all they know in their head is is extraction. That's all they know, and it goes makes an oil. So that's what I tell people. Give it a try. I mean, it's guaranteed. And I keep the price way down.
Yep.
I really do, as far as I can to keep going. I don't try and. I mean, this right here is 3,400 milligrams of CBD in here. Each dose, which is a pea-sized dose that you see me do, each dose 34 milligrams of CBD. Okay, which is a lot, and I recommend you do it 3 times a day, because it's just like anything. I don't like to compare it to antibiotics, but it's the dosage I compare, because antibiotics every 4 hours, every 4 hours, every 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I say the same thing with this. You do one time in the morning, and you don't ever do it again till the next morning. You're wasting time. I think it might help a little bit, but I recommend 3 times a day: morning, noon, and night. And if you can't do that noon one, I added a couple of other products here that in pills, and then I do have it's a CBD drops. It's a non-detectable THC drop that you can stick in your pocket, your purse, your car, or whatever. So to answer your question, and I always go around in circles after I answer your questions, but that's what I would tell people. I would tell them that you're going to get everything. You're going to get everything that's in the, flavonoids, all of it,
Oh, got it. What's the number one way you bring in new customers?
It's all just right now word of mouth. I have the opportunity that we have labels coming hopefully today or tomorrow. And I'm going to say his name because everybody's going to find out about it anyway, but it's Luke Gallows. He's a WWE. He loves the CBD, loves the products. He is going to be, he's got like 500,000. And what I'm getting at here, I guess, is I get this product to people for free, okay, that either need it or I think can help boost our business and get this out to more people. So he's going to be on his blog, Instagram, everything. Like I said, he's got like 500,000 people on a blog or whatever you call them each day, a podcast. I don't know what all the proper words are. Mm-hmm. So, and it's going to be LG's, big LG's CBD puree. And, obviously I'll manufacture it and he's going to use his name on it. I've reached out to, with the COVID thing, I'm an in your face type guy. Now that it's kind of going down, I'll be going out and beating the streets and getting into some dispensaries around here and talking to people. I love to do that. So that's my new goal this year, now that we're able to, get out and see people smile again and talk face to face without a mask on. And we can, so that's what I do. And then obviously, like I said, you just need to keep pounding away on your social media, because you never know who's going to tell who and get another customer here or there.
Oh yeah. Also, like that's your goal. Like you want to get your product into stores and dispensaries?
Yeah, I want to. Yep, I want to eventually, and it would be only just my 3. I don't know what you call them, but these are my 3. What do you call them from the very beginning? I lost a word there, but these are the 3 that I definitely want to get into some stores, dispensaries, massage places, chiropractors, and different things like that. So.
Oh, gotcha. And I'm trying to think, some other questions I got for you, like, so what role has the internet played in your business becoming more prevalent?
The internet?
Yeah.
I don't think, sorry, I was plugging in my phone. I just saw my thing came on. I don't know that this would be, well, it did exist without me being on the internet, so I shouldn't say that. It did exist for 8 years, through word of mouth. But through the internet, yeah, I mean, it's incredible where it can go. I've learned so much. I wasn't, a Facebook guy as far, I had an account and everything, but I didn't understand a lot of things as far as, you know, doing different things. Again, Facebook, and sorry, but they sometimes think CBD is one of the worst things in the world, as other places like Google and I've been trying to get things on Google, and I've learned a lot of things there because you don't really want to use the word CBD, especially with Amazon. I've tried that, and we're working on that. You got to use the word hemp, and it's kind of sad. I just saw in California where they're outlawing bud. I've got my PapaBob's buds, BUDZ, and smoking CBD. I never dreamed that I ever would, but it's really nice. You have a hit in the morning or something like that, and it just kind of mellows you out. But I see Californians, they're outlawing the hemp bud. It's like, wait a minute, you just legalized recreational, and you're going to outlaw hemp bud because it looks too much like the other. So what? Yeah, it's the same plant. It's just the THC content is different. And this is a big can of worms with me. I get really upset because, everybody's struggling in this country. I'm from South Dakota originally, and finally they got things passed up there, and it took, 3-4 years for these people working their butts off, to get that passed up there for, so people can have access to this medicine. Mm-hmm. And so anyway, like I said, when you ask me a question, I'll give you a roundabout answer. But so yeah, I think the internet is beyond belief, and I think it can be even better. I did pay someone $2,000 to increase our SEO, and 3 months later, nothing really happened. And found out that they really didn't do what they said they were doing. So another lesson learned, and be careful who you're grabbing. My biggest thing now is networking and getting referrals. I won't go anywhere now until someone tells me that they have worked with this person, know this person, and trust this person, rather than me or anybody else is trying to start a CBD business. Just winging it and grabbing the first guy. There's a deal on Facebook right now. It says $29 a month for the best SEO in the world. Sounds a little scary.
No, yeah, $29 a month for us. It's like, it's a dream world. You're not going to get the results.
Well, it's there though, Henry. It really is. I've seen it again. I see it all the time, and it's like, are you paying $500 a month for SEO?
Because I'm a marketer myself. That's my background. Yeah, like. It's impossible to get anything done. If you were on $29 a month on SEO, impossible.
Well, the big companies like Moderna and what are the other ones? What's their name up there in Idaho?
Pfizer.
Oh God, I can't think of her name. But anyway, all the big giant CBD companies, they're some of them spend $1,500 to $2,000 a month on it. And maybe that will be in my budget here someday, but I think it's not there right now. But so it's I think it's the biggest thing for me is just explaining that I have something that nobody else has, and people are either going to try it or they're not. And once they do try it, very seldom do I get anybody unsatisfied or not really reorder. Once they feel what this does and helps them with so many different things. One guy, he was doing it for headaches and stuff like that, and then he went in like a month later or 3 weeks or something, and he had prostate problems, and the doctor said, man, he said, what did you do? And he goes, what are you talking about? He said, well, everything looks so much better. however they gauge, the prostate problem or whatever. I'm not sure, but and he said, well, I don't know. I've been doing this CBD stuff.
Mhm.
And so that's kind of what happens. You'll find that once you get your endocannabinoid system working right and doing this 3 times a day, seriously, and it just, you've got it working for you constantly throughout the day. And sometimes when I've had a bad day, my fibromyalgia will come back and bite my butt, and from the accident. And usually low pressure days, rainy, crappy, cold, and my body will really, really feel it. And I'll microdose this through the day, sometimes 10, 12 times. I'll set my alarm for every 2 hours, or depending on how I feel. And that don't happen a lot. Like today is, 95 degrees, hot, sunny. I love it in Colorado Springs here. And but on those days, though, I microdose, and that's what I try and tell people. The more you can continuously keep that in your endocannabinoid system and working constantly, the better you'll feel, and you'll see better results. God dang it.
Oh, we're gonna flip. Yeah, you there still? Hello, everybody. We just had encountered some technical difficulties. Apologies for that. So going back to where we were. So Robert, another question that I got for you, Papa Bob, is
God, why?
wait. Sorry again for another technical difficulties. So Papa Bob, we wanted to ask you, like, the next 6 months to a year, where would you like to see your business?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a giant question. It really is. I want to be successful enough to be able to help lots of people, if that makes sense. I want to be able to continue, really. I mean, Facebook is great. It keeps us alive. We haven't taken one penny. Alyssa or I she's the CEO. I'm the owner founder. We haven't taken one penny from the business. We put it all back in. So our goal, obviously, is to be able to continue to help people, and it takes some bucks to do that, with all of the different things that you have to purchase or pay for, or that goes along with this.
Oh yeah, got you. What advice would you give to somebody who's thinking about entering the space?
Well, the number one thing is your e-commerce people. There's a word for them, and I can't think of what it is, but they control your I don't know what is going on. They control your all of the money coming in and everything, and don't put your eggs in one basket. That's the number one thing. We did that. We waited for one company for way too long, and then someone said, don't do that. Go out there and find 4 or 5, and then I don't know what.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you find more than one, and then you'll be good with all of them, and then you can if you want to change, or if one doesn't work out, or this or that. I mean, there's been some that have folded, and so you don't want to be in that position. I mean, PayPal and a couple of the other ones are good, but they can shut you down in a heartbeat. So you want a good e-commerce company that's going to take care of everything for you.
Oh, of course. And how can somebody get a hold of you?
Well, the best way, you can Google PapaBob's Miracle, and it'll take you directly to our website and a lot of videos and different things like that. And also, you can go on Facebook and you can look up Papa Bob's Miracle on there. As far as our business page, and all the information, the website, the phone number, and everything is listed on there. And Bob at PapaBob'sMiracle.com. You can get a hold of me there. And other than that, you can come to Colorado Springs and we can go out to eat.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Yep, it was great having you on. It was good learning about your miracle and how much it's helped improve others' lives. And you're more than welcome to be back on if you have a new business development.
All right. I appreciate you, Henry. I really do. This has been great. Sorry for the little glitches there with our network here. This is my grandson. Say hi, Henry.
Hi, nice to meet you. Oh, that's a good cameo at the end.
Yeah, really perfect timing, right?
Yeah, awesome.
All right, thank you very much, and God bless you all.
Yeah, you too.